What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. And in today's video, I want to just do a quick post-fight thoughts on Chris Eubank and Conor Benn. Conor Benn wins a wide 12-round unanimous decision, dropping Chris Eubank Jr. twice in the 12th round. And like I say, winning a very easy unanimous decision. Now, Chris Eubank Jr. looked like a complete shell of himself. Clearly, father time and the weight clauses got the better of him as well. Don't want to take too much credit away from Conor Benn. He did make some improvements by the looks of things. He used his jab a lot more last night than he did in the first fight, which helped him sort of set up a few of those power shots that we saw him land towards the end of the fight. Yeah, first fight he wasn't using his jab much. He was sort of leaping in and lunging in with hooks. This fight he used his jab a lot better in this fight, mixed it up from high to low, used a lot more feints as well, and just outboxed Chris Eubank Jr. completely in this fight and sort of broke him down with the jab and was able to then land a beautiful straight right hand in the 12th round, which put him down. He got back up. He was able to sort of knock him down again, but not the cleanest of work, as Eubank was sort of trying to smother him and then ran out of time. If there was another 20, 30 seconds in that fight, I think he would have been able to stop Chris Eubank. But fair play to Chris Eubank, managing to make it through the 12 rounds. He was in survival mode from very early in the fight. Never looked to really try and win the fight. I guess he was sort of just hanging in there, hoping to try and maybe catch Conor Benn with something at some point and hurt him, and maybe then turn the fight or whatever, be able to get a stoppage. But yeah, you could see actually really from the moment he got in the ring, he just didn't seem to have much confidence about him. It looked like he didn't even want to take off his big white coat. Whereas Conor Benn, was sort of oozing confidence on the other side of the ring. So I think the two camps kind of knew what it was before they fought. I wasn't privy to any of the inside information, but we saw at the post-fight presser, Ben Shalom and Chris Eubank, they didn't really want to let the cat out the bag, but obviously they knew in camp he was probably getting beaten up in sparring, and just, was, like I say, a shot fighter. So they knew going into it, but obviously kept it under wraps. And like Eubank said, he hoped once the bell rung and he was under the lights, he'd be able to sort of pull a rabbit out of the hat. However, that was not the case. And I think this is the end of the road for him. Or, I mean, it's his decision, but certainly I wouldn't like to see Chris Eubank Jr. fight again. He's made enough money to retire now. But yeah, Conor Benn, now we'll see with him what he does next. If he'll go back down in weight, he said, to 147 pounds, where there are some very beatable guys down there. However, we'll see if he can make that weight. Because he's been up at middleweight now for 2 fights, and it's been a few years since he's made 147. So I don't think that's going to be easy. However, if he can, there is a possibility he can go down there and win a belt. Because, like I said, there's some very beatable guys there, like Barrios and Rolly Romero's and these sorts of guys. So we'll see how things play out there. But yeah, good performance from Conor Benn. He did show some improvements. Like I say, he was a lot more composed, used his jab a lot more, just boxed a much smarter fight this time around. But yeah, was also in there against a much lesser of even what he fought the first time in Chris Eubank Jr. But good performance from Conor Benn. I will say, like I say, the fight was very lackluster. It was quite a boring one because from early on you could see there was something off about Chris Eubank. He just had no speed or snap in his shots. His balance was even worse than usual. And yeah, he was, like I say, in survival mode from early on in the fight. So it was a very lackluster, quite a boring main event. And to be fair, actually, the whole card sort of was kind of underwhelming. Aside from maybe Riakpor's stoppage and Jack Cattrall's performance as well was quite a good one. But like Adam Azim, Kurt Scoby didn't really live up to at least what I was expecting. I thought Kurt Scoby would give it a bit more of a go, but he was just completely outclassed. Adam Azim put on quite a good performance in there. He was very patient and, like I said, just had too much speed for Kurt Scoby. Scoby couldn't land even really his jab and therefore couldn't get anything going at all. and was completely outclassed. So fair play to Adam Azim there. He boxed well, he boxed smart and patient, and he managed to get the stoppage in the 12th round with a beautiful 1-2, set up that right hand nicely behind that jab, and managed to get the stoppage there. So fair play to Adam Azim and Conor Benn. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on what was a pretty disappointing, I would say, night of boxing. But hopefully next weekend is a little bit better. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.